Now that we have discussed the gathering of evidence and how important it is to gather objective evidence and align it with the standards, now we're going to talk about how we can rate the effectiveness of a teaching episode using that evidence. We have aligned evidence for the two standards of interest so far. Now we have to discuss where does the episode fall in the scale of ineffective to highly effective for these two standards. One tip I like to give teachers, or anybody who's observing a teaching episode, is to always start by looking at the effective criteria rating. This is a strategy that helps you with the language of the rubric and how to use it more efficiently. I always like to start with effective and read the level descriptor there first, after I have sorted by evidence. Then, I read the 2 or the 4 if I think the preponderance of evidence may be demonstrated as more or less proficient than what is described under effective. This is a strategy, again, that helps you use the language of the rubric more efficiently. Here is the rubric for the component 2.1b, student interactions with one another. You'll see the continuum of effective to highly effective, or otherwise known as 1 through 4. The evidence, number 1, when given the directions to think, pair, share, the students were observed to move to their groups without any notice of bumping or unkind words witnessed during this transition. And 2, one student was seen to be extending his arms into the space of another student. The partner was not seen to monitor the other classmate in any way. 3, during Think, Pair, Share, all students appeared to be conversing and engaged. And 4, the teacher modeled respectful language throughout the lesson. As indicated earlier, all fall under this component or align with it. After we looked at that evidence, for component 2.1b, the rating is effective. The items 1, 3, and 4 are consistent with effective based on the rubric language. If you look at item 2 of evidence, it said that there was no student monitoring of behavior. This is not highly effective in this observation. The preponderance of evidence falls under effective. Next, we looked at component 3.3a, projects, activities, and assignments. Again, note the continuum from effective to highly effective, or 1 through 4. The evidence we aligned with this standard, as you recall. 1, from the response of students, the activity appeared to be appropriately challenging. 2, when the students were sounding out the words, the teacher did not require all students to use hand motions. And 3, a student-to-student interaction, have you touched a hermit crab? What did it feel like? The rating for standard 3.3a is also effective. Evidence 1 and 3 are consistent with the effective criteria. Item 2 may be in the developing description of inconsistent, but the preponderance of evidence leans toward effective. During a post-observation conference, it would be important to point out how item 2 was inconsistent in cognitively engaging students, and ask the teacher candidate what they may do differently to ensure all students are engaged in the activity next time.